Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. It is a little later than usual. Come on in. I wanted to tell you a little bit about why we're meeting right now and apologize for missing some of you the last couple of days. Hi, Carol. So I decided to tell you the truth. I struggle quite severely with insomnia and sleep issues. And I was doing okay at first, but then I started reaching a spell where I was really having a hard time, and I was falling asleep at like 6:30 a.m. just to try to be here with you guys at 9 my time. And honestly, I was choosing between getting up and uh, completely neglecting my mental health, or sometimes I couldn't even get up, and it was like I had to do what I needed to do for myself and rest. So I'm so sorry if you guys have been asking me if I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay, but I was kind of also not okay. So that's why I didn't show up, and I'm so sorry. But I've decided to move this time to 11 a.m. so that even if I have a struggling night, I can be here at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is great because all my West Coast people have been begging me to go later, anyways. So that would be 8 a.m. for the West Coast people. And what I'm going to do is just switch the time, allow myself the grace of what I need, and also make sure I can show up more regularly for you guys because it's not just going against the grain. So thank you so much for being supportive and being part of the community. Again, if you're catching this on the replay because you weren't sure if I was going to be here or what time, I wanted to explain and apologize, and I know that I don't owe YouTube anything, the platform and the algorithm, by staying at the same time. And I was just guided to do this for me, and I'm hoping that it's okay with all of you guys. Yeah, I have restless legs too, but it's really the insomnia that gets me most nights. Racing thoughts and unable. I really struggle with sleep. I have for a really long time, and I've just had a really bad spell of it this last week, and it was just more than I could bear. So my morning suffered, but I'm excited to be here with you guys. Let's jump into the practice. Come on into the safe space. Take a few deep breaths with me. Allow yourself to breathe in the energy, the new and fresh, delightful vitality of the day. And breathe out yesterday's troubles, yesterday's worries from last night, inability to find peace or comfort with any of the things that were on your mind yesterday. Just breathe that out, breathing in delicious vitality of the new day, breathing out old, stagnant confusion and unwanted energy of any kind from yesterday. Fantastic. Let me just put our little smudgy stick on its rack here. Okay, fantastic. So hypnotherapy worked for my thoughts. Hypnotherapy, that's a good idea. I mean, I know sometimes I will do like guided meditations, but I can tell when I'm having a spell because usually if I listen to a guided meditation that's like 45 minutes, I'm out before it. And on the nights where I'm really struggling, I can listen to a 45-minute meditation 4 times in a row, thinking one of these times it's got to work, and I won't fall asleep. So I know I appreciate your support, but I'll look into something more hypnotherapy rather than just guided meditation. Maybe that's something I can do. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's jump into our practice today. I have a gratitude list for us. So grab your notebook and your pen. I have a pink pen that I can't see very well. I'm going to switch my pen out. Okay, so our gratitude list today is going to be things that have made you feel alive. Things that have made you feel alive. I was watching this video the other day, and it was I don't know if I would call them daredevils, but there were some people that were like jumping off of cliffs and skydiving and doing all these amazing things that were a little bit dangerous, but kind of living on the edge. And I just was watching it, and I could sense from the video that the people in the video had an energy to them where fear did not stand in their way of feeling alive and being alive and fully stepping into the opportunities of living their life just really loudly and out loud. So I was really inspired by this video, and I thought, gosh, we all don't have to jump off a cliff to get that feeling if we don't want to. But there are times in our lives where we're lit up and we feel alive. Maybe it's a first kiss. Maybe it's the time you ran a marathon for the first time, or went on an airboat, or maybe it's just the times that you've allowed yourself the grace of your own comfort and space, and set your boundaries with others. Whatever it is, I want to recall those times where we really felt alive, where the vitality and the life force and the energy of spirit was moving through us, and take inventory of those time frames so that we truly know we are living. To truly know we are living. So today's gratitude list today, we'll set a minute or two on the clock. Things that have made you feel alive. Things that have made you feel alive. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock here. Let's do our gratitude list. Welcome AF Pulley, welcome Gigi, welcome Nikki. If you're just joining us now, we're working on our gratitude list. The gratitude list is things that have made you feel alive. Okay, take just another minute on your gratitude list. Okay. Awesome. So I have 5 1-minute claircognizant hits for us today. And we are going to jump into that next. So grab your pen and let's write down question number 1. Question number 1 today is, Spirit, how far have I come? Spirit, how far have I come? The first couple questions in our practice today will allow Spirit to pat us on the back. And it could be that Spirit speaking to you comes in the form of just that universal kind of God energy. A lot of times, Spirit will also consist of messages from your loved ones. And when we talk about being how far we've come or how proud Spirit is of us, sometimes those very specific souls within Spirit, like our beloved parents who've passed, or grandparents who've passed, or ancestors of any kind, sometimes those voices will sort of shake out from the crowd and have something to say in particular. So don't be surprised if you get a message from a loved one on the other side as you do question number 1 and question number 2. But question number 1 again is, Spirit, how far have I come? How far have I come? So let Spirit pat you on the back here real quick and recognize you for how far you've come. Question number 1, Spirit, how far have I come? 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Okay, that's question number 1. Go ahead and finish up your thought. Okay, question number 2 now is somewhat similar. Number 1 was, how far have I come? Number 2 is, Spirit, what are you proud of that I have overcome? What are you proud of that I have overcome? Why are you proud of me? Spirit, how are you proud of me? The first one was, how far have I come? This one is, why are you proud of me? What are you proud of that I've overcome? Okay, so we're asking Spirit to share with us its impressions of pride associated with us, how proud they are of us and what we've been able to accomplish. So question number 2, Spirit, what are you proud of that I've accomplished? Here we go. One minute on the clock. Okay, go ahead and wrap up question number 2. We're going to hop into 1 minute claircognizant hit to question number 3. Question number 3 is, Spirit, what strengths have I forged in the fire? As we know, sometimes the more difficult times in our lives create the most strongest parts of ourselves, parts to be proud of and to acknowledge. We've come so far, and Spirit is proud of us. And now it's time to ask Spirit, what are the strengths? What are my strengths that I have forged in the fire? So it's time to take inventory now based on Spirit's guidance of our strength. So, question number 3, Spirit, what strengths have I forged in the fire? 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Okay, let's move on to question number 4 now. Question number 4 is, what can I do today to feel alive? Question number 4, Spirit, what can I do today to feel alive? And the idea is not just have a good day, but something that will just move vitality through you, through the depths of your soul, make you feel so connected to the experience today. So, question number 4, Spirit, what can I do today to feel alive? 1 minute on the clock. Let's do question number 4. Here we go. Okay, so we will move on now to question number 5. And question number 5, our final 1-minute claircognizant hit, is Spirit, how can I feel more alive daily? How can I feel more alive daily? So maybe not just your opportunities for today that came through, but in general, even things that you can't fit on the agenda today, but that can ultimately help you feel more alive and connected in your life. Question number 5 is Spirit, how can I feel more alive daily? So take a minute here and ask Spirit that question. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Okay. So go ahead and wrap up question number 5. Our 1-minute claircognizant hits are now coming to a close. And now it's time to step into our exercise for the day. Good morning, Mia Mine. Welcome, welcome. I just wanted to update you guys if you're just hopping on. I am changing Good Morning Intuition to be a 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern meeting because, I went into greater detail at the beginning of this video. You can catch it on the replay. But I was having some troubles with that time frame, and it kept me from being here more consistently, and that's not what I wanted to do. But I needed to choose a system that would work a little easier and a little better so that it wasn't always like make or break. So I decided to change the time to this time where I can be more consistent and make sure that I'm not ever like totally unable to show up. So this is the new time, and I'm really happy that y'all are here. So what we're going to do now, we've done our gratitude list. We've done our 5 1-minute claircognizant hits. As many of you who watch already know, it's time to jump into an exercise. I have a meditation for us today. Then we'll pull a card, and that'll be the end of our practice. So I'd like you to join me in the visualization today. We are going to work with a couple of the themes from our 1 minute claircognizant hits. We're going to work with our energy, though, and our vitality. So a lot of the questions today were about feeling alive, and things that we remember, like our accomplishments or things that Spirit's proud of us for, that make us sort of infuse the energy around us and our aura and our inner and outer energy. It infuses it with like a brightness, a vitality. And by turning on the brightness and the vitality of the energy around us, we attract more good things and ultimately just feel really alive. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to acknowledge that process and run through that process with you so that you can enter into a more vital expression of the energy around you, but also give you a chance to observe that energy changing and becoming more full of vitality, so that you're not only just doing the work, but you're also being psychically aware of that work, and you can sense the difference between the beginning and the end of this exercise. So it's both a doing exercise and an observation exercise. Okay, so I'd like you to find a comfy position. Allow yourself to just settle into your seat, or if you're laying down, you can close your eyes either way, sitting or laying down. And I don't like to rush into the meditation, so we're just going to take a minute to drop in here, a moment of silence where things can just settle. No need to rush your relaxation. Okay, now I would like you to imagine yourself on a beautiful tip of a mountainside. Maybe there's a railing if you want to be feeling more safe, but there's a platform where you're standing and you're looking over as far as you can see. And over this cliff, you either see water and nature, maybe you see a city or town, maybe you see a natural resource like a desert or a forest. Allow yourself to just feel like you're on top of the world. Allow yourself to feel like you're above life below you and you're looking down upon it. You've sort of taken a step away from the mundane and taken a higher perspective so that you can take it all in. And allow yourself to enjoy the view from here. And from here, you're going to be able to really have a different perspective. You're literally looking at the world differently. And in this space, it is a sacred energy because you're the only one here looking over to the beautiful nature below you. You're the only one here. And so you can stretch your energy out as far as you would like to. And we're going to do just that. I want you for a moment to think about how far you have come. I want you to notice your energy before you do so. And then as soon as you think about how far you've come, think about this. Who were you before you took those leaps and bounds? Who were you before you got on the other side of those challenges? Who were you before you took your journey? And now think about who you are now. Think about how far you've come and what beautiful assets and character traits and accomplishments you've had on the way through your journey. And just then, I want you to open the palms of your hands and receive each impression. And when you receive an impression, like, I overcame this difficult relationship and I overcame the time after the relationship ended. I learned self-love and self-care beyond taking care of others who didn't deserve me, right? That is some beautiful accomplishment that some of you might have. I want you to have your palms open and receive that, but then I want you to bring it into your heart. Actually bring it into your chest. And when you're done bringing that energy into your chest, open your palms again and grab the next accomplishment. We're going to think of 3 accomplishments and bring it into our heart. Think of accomplishment number 1, how far you've come, the reason to be proud of yourself, the reason Spirit's proud of you. Bring it into your heart. Bring it into your heart. Now open your palms, think of another reason, number 2. Bring it into your heart. And every time you bring it into your heart, I want you to feel the energy outside of you is now moving inside of you. The energy of the thought is no longer around you. It is moving inside of you. Think of another way that you've grown, that you've accomplished, how far you've come. Bring it into your heart. And now I want you to think about how far you've come in those things that you are very proud of and that Spirit is proud of you for. And the last thing we'll do is just think of a few ways that we feel alive. And every time we think of something and we add it to our heart, our energy expands, our energy pushes out even further. It gets brighter, it gets faster, it gets more full of light. Accept and bring in the energy of your accomplishments and how far you've come, but now also bring in what makes you feel alive. Let's think of 3 things that make you feel alive and bring that into your energy. Think of thing number 1, how much it lights you up, how much passion and desire it awakens within you, how much your appetite for life is so satisfied by this thing that makes you feel alive. Now think of a second thing. Feel the vital life force in your energy just going to a peak zone. Feel the energy rising up within you as you think of what makes you feel alive. And a third thing now that makes you feel alive, whether it's dancing or kissing or listening to music or riding in your car with the windows rolled down or going to the beach or riding a roller coaster. Think of another thing that makes you feel alive and bring that energy into your space. And because you're looking over a cliff and you're the only one there, you can spread your energy out as far as you would like. I want you to feel how far your energy expands and how strong and bright and beautiful it is. Then I want you to look down at the world below you and notice that when you're in that space, you might feel like you want to retract your energy and bring it in just to fit with all the things that surround you. You might want to bring your energy in to play smaller, just to fit with everything else that's down there. But this is the energy where you're spread out. This is the energy you want when you're down participating in your life. By you taking up energy and vitality and space, You don't take anything away from anyone else. Quite often, you mostly inspire them. So take up space. Take up space. Take up space. Have a moment of gratitude now for the aliveness that you feel. Acknowledge that this is a feeling you want to be experiencing more often than not in your day. And when you're ready, you can take a deep breath and open your eyes. So our vital life force does expand our energy. And when we do that, sometimes we can feel like we're bumping up against things. Have you ever felt like playing big is something that is hard to do when there's others who want you to play small? It's like, give yourself permission to play big. Give yourself permission to expand. Give yourself permission to take up space and have a vital life force energy just sort of expand out of you. And it will always, always, always be worthwhile to be fully in your energy. So I hope that helped. I'm going to pull a card for us today. I have a deck from John Holland. I really actually love his decks a lot. I haven't got a chance to watch much of his content, but I do love his oracle decks. And so there's a deck that I have with me today called Messages, the Spirit Messages, Daily Guidance Oracle Deck. And I pulled this deck out for a friend last night. A friend called me and said, I need a card. I have a lot of friends that call me and say, I need a card. So we pulled out this deck, and so I thought it'd be fun to use this today. The deck looks like this. The Spirit Messages Oracle deck by John Holland. Oh, good. I'm so glad I was here for you today. Okay. So the card we have today is vulnerability. Vulnerability. The message says, this is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition rather than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. You know, this is really interesting that feeling vulnerable does not equal I am not safe. That's what's coming up for me. And to seek into the unknown and unfamiliar territory where decisions are based on intuition. So we talk about this actually in my mastermind a lot too, how sometimes unknown and unfamiliar energy is the nature of intuitive insight, because intuitive insight is just that. It's not solid. It's something unseen. It's something extra. It's something more than the obvious facts. It's reading in between the lines. That's what intuition is. And so intuition can feel vulnerable at times, right? Unknown and unfamiliar. But that's the nature of its magic, is that it goes into that place where certainty is not always there until it is, right? So vulnerability and using the intuition is great. In relation to our practice today, vulnerability and not allowing a misguided sense of that vulnerability somehow, create your idea of a negative condition. That means, like, just because you're vulnerable, to extend your energy and your vitality and to live and fully tune into the juiciness of life, and others may push back, or others may not be okay with that, or others may disagree or whatever. It's like, we think that by pushing our energy out and living more fully, that's the obvious answer, but maybe it's not, even because it says here that being vulnerable is not equal to negative conditions. We're afraid that they do, because we get into this place where the vulnerability is the unknown and the unfamiliar. But just because it's unknown and unfamiliar doesn't mean that vulnerable is a negative condition. It means it's just one where intuition has to take the lead. So that's our card today, vulnerable. And I would invite you to write down a few words about that card in your notebook today, about your message of vulnerability and where vulnerability is power, because that's where intuition comes in. And the nature of intuition is the lack of certainty, but the lack of certainty does not mean you're in a negative condition. The lack of certainty just means it's the domain of the intuitive environment. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me and for being here with me. Our new time will be, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll do our practice Monday through Friday. And I trust that this will be a time that will work out better, so that you'll see me every day without trouble getting here. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day. If you want more from me, you can go to my website, TanaNewberry.com. It's got some free goodies and all sorts of stuff, like our deck that we usually use, our future prediction deck, and like all sorts of other stuff. So be in touch and send a message or a comment if you want to say hi for any reason. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Good Morning Intuition. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.